today we're going to delve into our third and last R, and the first piece, and that is reinvent, and the first piece is movement. And I want you to notice that we didn't use the word exercise on purpose.
Yeah.
So, and Tracy's got some amazing things you may not have thought of to help movement become simple.
Right.
And exercise is so important, but sadly, we have become a very sedentary culture. So the average American is sitting 9 to 10 hours a day. Over 10,000 studies have proved that being sedentary lowers your life expectancy, shortens your telomeres. Heather's talked about that. Increases your cancer risk, increases your risk of Alzheimer's, increases your risk of depression, so many different things. So what we want to talk about today is what are some of those things that it causes, but also how can you incorporate more movement into your life? And what happens is it becomes a cycle, because you sit on the couch, you don't have any energy, you don't feel like it, you get depressed. You're not going to want to get off the couch and do something if you're depressed, and then it becomes a habit. And we all know habits can be broken, but it's hard, and especially if it becomes a habit with other people. So if your whole family,
environment,
it's hard to break out of that. But if you do things like what Alexis was recommending, setting a timer on your phone. This is the reminder to do squats. 10 squats, that's all it takes.
10 squats.
It doesn't take the hour working out in the gym for this to occur. If we can get our heart rate up, if we can move our bodies and get our mind and body talking to each other. And I've got one really easy exercise. Don't let us end without me teaching it to everyone, because we can do it right here.
Okay.
But if we can do that, we stimulate something in the brain called it's in the brain and the body, called the HPA axis. And it stands for hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axis. And those are three of our most important organs when it comes to our autonomic nervous system, when it comes to our neuroendocrine and hormonal regulation. Bottom line, when it comes to the stuff that makes us feel good, right? Or the stuff that makes us feel stressed out.
Right. Yeah.
So we want to quell the stressed out. We want to get that cortisol quiet, which is secreted by the adrenal glands, and it's a stress hormone, and we want to bring up those good feel-good hormones. And so we do that. Exercise has a profound effect on anxiety and depression and on that HPA axis, and it can hardwire our HPA axis to be have a positive feedback loop, as they call, versus a negative feedback loop, because it's those three hormones looping and talking to each other.
The lymphatic system are tubules that connect lymph nodes that remove toxins and help your immune system move around the body. Okay? The the issue with not moving in the lymphatic system is movement is what makes the lymph fluid move through the lymphatic system. It's not like how your heart pumps blood through the blood vessels. You have to move to get that lymphatic fluid moving. If you don't, toxins build up and you have higher risk of immune system disorders in general, but cancer, because that's the one thing that everybody is, kind of focused on. It's scary. It's touching us all. So movement will help that. Even if you can't get up all the time, isometric exercises can help. So that's when, and you can talk about this, that's just when you tighten a muscle for a certain period of time and then release it. That muscle tightening will actually pump the fluid through. We all know people who have sat in a bed and you don't get well until you get up and start moving around, because you can't move that lymphatic fluid. So really important for the immune system to get moving. Even, I know it sounds silly, but if you're starting to feel sick, if you start to feel something come on, or you want to get your lymphatic system moving, standing up on your toes and bouncing up and down. Hitting your thymus, tapping your thymus. Or thumping your thymus is what we call it.
Du mal,
yeah.
Skipping is one of the best mind-body exercises you can do. We have three midlines in our brain and in our body, and when we cross one part of our body to the other side of our body, it's this midline that separates the right hemisphere of the brain and the left hemisphere of the brain. It goes all the way down the body. Okay, so if you do a cross crawl, which is the exercise, you can't see the bottom part on video of my body, but basically it's like a marching in place, but swinging your arm in front of your
No, you got it.
body.
I'll see the exercise.
And if slightly, I'm lifting my legs up like a march, and opposite leg, opposite arm stimulates whole brain conditioning. If you could do 50 of those or 100 of those, you're going to get the heart rate up as well. But you're also doing one of the best things you can for your brain.
See,
you're going to
that's
be
good.
more productive at work. That's why I put your water bottle, change it,
Yeah.
But that's like with Alexa's talking about, stopping every 10 minutes or 20 minutes and doing something. If you could do 50 cross crawls, you're going to also significantly improve your cognition. Babies crawl for a reason. Think about it. It's opposite arm, opposite leg, and there's a subtle kind of moving in front of their midline when they crawl. Children that don't crawl and they go straight to walking have a high incidence of dyslexia.
Wow.
So
Folks, you have been listening to Wellbeing Simplified here on Synergy Radio. This has been Tracy and Heather. Amazing conversation today. I really like this. This is awesome. So share this show.
We have 2 live workshops coming up.
Yes. What about those workshops?
Just look on our website. One's coming up January 24th. We'll be keynoting. We've got 2 breakouts. We're going to really go into Wellbeing Simplified. And that's going to be in the Hill Country. If you're in Houston, you really want to get into this, we're doing a 2-day intensive, February 11th. Just look on our website.
Save the date, February 11th.
10th and 11th.
That's my good
10th
friend's
and 11th.
birthday, 10th and 11th. That's nice. You'd like to reach out to Wellbeing Simplified. There's a few ways to do that. Go to wellbeingsimplified.com. This is being sponsored by the Heights of Health, or you can give them a call at 713-861-6777. Write that down, share it with a friend, 713-861-6777.